Hello everyone and welcome you back to my channel. And yes, today I will explain you about the remaining portion of political theory. Today, here in these slides, I will talk about the two theories that theorized the political theory, that is the normative theory and the empirical theory. So, let's move to a explanation. And the first, I have taken this definition just to summarize whatever I have explained in my previous video, and I hope you will open to that previous video and just listen to what I have told you about the political theory. So here it should be the political theory, I'm really sorry, is one of the core areas of political science. Okay, so when we study about the political science, we will try or we will come up with the topics related to the political theory that will help to further study the subject. Okay, so from the ancient Greece to the present in the history of political science, it has dealt with the fundamental and the perennial ideas of political science. So here what we can say is that from the ancient times of that is Greece to the present right now, the history of this political theory, it has dealt with the fundamental and the perennial ideas of political science. So that means this above four lines, it specifically, okay, it will obviously tell about how this political theory is going to be the pillar in the study of the political science. So this is not a new thing that we are going to study. Here the political theory has its own relevancy, has its own history that is further linked with the political science subject itself. So here I have come up with the few thinkers that explain about this theory. Okay, so in the first, we will find about the Germino, what he said, that political theory is the most appropriate term to employ in designating that intellectual tradition which affirms the possibility of transcending the sphere of immediate practical concerns and viewing the man's societal existence from a critical perspective. So here, you might find difficult what these lines are, but let me make it simple. That means this theory is nothing but coming up with the solutions with the problems that he or she or the specific or the particular tradition is being facing. So here, when like in society or in the institution any problems come up, there will be obviously some intellectuals or thinkers, okay, that they will try to analyze the problems, that why the laws or the institution is facing such kind of problem, to come up with the solution for that. Okay, so here, so now what they wanted to say is that they wanted to come out with the solutions that concerns the particular society or view the man's societal existence from a critical perspective. That means like this theory is nothing but, okay, it might seem very valuable things or like related to only the opinions or the values, but here it itself try to come up with a solution. It is a big platform to come up with the solutions for all the problems that our society is facing in earlier or are facing or will be facing in the further stage. So without this understanding of the political theory, bureaucrats cannot come up with the solutions to bring a good administrative governance in the particular state or the district that they are allotted to. So being a students of the political science, we need to understand the importance of political theory, and here I am to explain you why this political theory is being studied since day one to right now. So when we talk about the second one, okay, right, Sabine has a better explained about this theory. What he said is that this theory is quite simply man's attempts to consciously understand and solve the problems of group life and organization. So it is the disciplined investigation of political problems, not only to show what political practice is. So give me a second, let me just turn off my notification. It's creating disturbance here. Okay, thank you for giving me time. So here let me explain once again. There, Sabine, what he wanted to say is that like it is nothing. This political theory is nothing, but it is the man's attempts to understand and solve the problems of his group life or the institution or the organization, say for like NGO or like the government or the party, okay, or the institution that he or she belong. Whenever the problems come to his group life or the organization or the platform that he or she is working, so individuals will obviously try to analyze why the problem has come up, and not only analyzing but also to come up with the solutions for and investigate the problems that they are facing. Okay, so this is what practicality or the applicability of the solutions in the problem. So in the next slide, what we will find is, okay, here again we find the Arnold Brechts. So remember, here I have come up with a few thinkers that make us to understand what the political theory is, and being an aspirant or being the student of this subject, you have to understand it. Without giving the examples of the few thinkers or the writers, you cannot write the answer paper. The examiner will not give you good mark. Okay, for your answers you need to give the backing of some of the thinkers, or I would say the renowned thinkers that gives the explanation about the political theory. Here the Arnold Brecht, what he wants to say is that this theory, it provides a broad, okay, a broad and a narrow meaning of political theory. That means Arnold Brecht gave two, okay, platform to explain this political theory. One is the broader and one is the narrower sense. So according to him, in the broad sense, so the concept theory, it means the thinkers or the intellectual thinkers, I would say, entire teaching on the subject, and while in the narrow sense, it means only an expression of a thought. But this is nothing, okay, this is nothing. What I'm saying is that this political theory, according to the Arnold Brecht, it provides a kind of the platform or where the thinkers, they not only analyzed on a particular thing, but they will look at the whole system, why this institution is facing such kind of problem, or why the institution or the organization they belong to is not working well, or why the governance is not working well in that country or in that specific state. So in the narrow sense, they will talk only about like expression of the thought, like they will give just an opinion, or I would say the debate where nothing comes, okay, a solution does not come there. So here when we talk about the narrow and the broader sense, the difference is that the narrow has only the opinion or the thoughts, but in the broader sense, that is the applicability on the subject. So next, we have to talk about the William Bluhem, what he said about the political theory. He said that the political theory as an explanation of what politics is all about, a general understanding of the political world, and a frame of reference to understand and explain a political phenomenon, and to be able to give a value judgment, and also to be able to predict what is going to be happen. So the other part I have not written, I'm really sorry for that. So this is nothing. I have obviously in the previous video I have explained about the politics and how the politics is interrelated with the values, facts, and how we apply it in our life. So this William T. Blum also has said only regarding this one, that means it is a general understanding of the political world that we live in, and the frame of reference to understand and to explain the particular political phenomenon, and to give a kind of the value judgment along with the factual backing. So this is how he wanted to explain about this theory. So in the next, okay, again we are left with the two thinkers, what they talk about this. Okay, let's read about them too. Okay, here we have W.C. Cooker, and one is what is that? Okay, I'm really sorry for this, I can't find the, okay, here David Hale. David Hale said that the political theory is a network of concepts and generalization about the political life involving the ideas, assumptions, and statements about the nature and etc. So what he wanted to say here is that this political theory, it is a connection of the different kind of concepts, opinions, and that comes with the generalization of the political life, and it has the platform to create the ideas or the opinions or a kind of the conclusions about the problems of the nature they are facing, or purpose of their formation of some of the institutions, or like the features of the government or state or the society that we live in, and about the capabilities of human beings to apply all these values or facts or the features that will be beneficial for their governance, or that will be beneficial for their government to improve the governance system in their specific country. So here I feel like David Hale has explained this very beautifully about the political theory. So lastly, we will talk about this W.C. Cooker. So W.C. Cooker, I would say the Cooker, what he said that when the political government and its forms and activities are studied not simply as facts to be described and compared and just in reference to the immediate and temporary effects, but as facts to be understood and appraised in relation to the constant needs, desires, opinions of men, then we have the political theory. That means what he said is that it is not only about the descriptions, not only about the prescriptions, it is all about coming out with the fulfillment of the people's desires, opinions of men has to be heard. Then we can say that in that particular area we have the good government, and this is how where we can find that the political theory can create a better platform for the governance system. Okay, so next I will talk about this important, this is, so I think like you just have to look here. So okay, let me explain it. I have come up with this this George Catlin, what he said is that political theory, it includes the political science and political philosophy. So here we will understand in the later stage what the political science is all about, and philosophy is something the viewers or the intellectuals they think about a specific topic that take in their hand. So while science refers to a phenomenon of control in many forms over all the processes of whole social field, it is concerned with the end or the final value when men ask what is the national good or what is the good society. So I have been constantly telling you all that this political theory is not only related to the values, not only related to the theories, but also the facts that always tries to sum up with the values and the facts to bring a conclusions to the specific problem that a society is facing, or a kind of the development to bring a good governance system in the country. So lastly, we will talk about the Norman Berry. Norman Berry, he said that political theory is an electric subject which draws upon a variety of disciplines, and there is no body of knowledge or method of analysis which can be classified as belonging exclusively to political theory. So he has given an example with the electric. As we all know, electric has got the purpose of different different things to be fulfilled with these mechanisms. So here this is also being said that this political theory can some, or it can like a magnet of different disciplines. It not only talk about the knowledge, it not only talk about the analysis or the facts, but it has got the exclusive things to be done in the society, or exclusive things that can be included in the political science or the politics. So here that means like attraction of different disciplines that can attract it to the its explanation or different kind of topic that we will talk. Now I would like to talk about this too and end this lecture. So two theories, as I have said earlier, normative theory and the empirical theory, will be important to study the political theory again. So here this normative theory, what he suggests that it is the theory that suggests the mode by which and Okay, here we will talk about the normative theory and what are its views regarding to the political theory. So it suggests a mode by which an imperfect political order, social order, or the social order could be made perfect. So here this normative theory is like the prescription. It does not come up with the solution, but it can give the opinions too. So here what is that? It suggests a mode by which an imperfect political or the social order could be made perfect. That means like it just only think, it doesn't apply. Like why this society, why this the community is facing the religious atrocities or a kind of the reservation problem, they will just only discuss. It's like a debate only, but they will not come with the conclusion. So this is all about the discussion platform, I will say. And who are those thinkers that support this normative theory? They are Plato and Rousseau. Okay, in the later I will talk about the Western and the Indian political thinkers and the ideologies. This will going to be an interesting topic. Okay, then here I'm really sorry. Here the Plato and the Rousseau, and there are different other great works that typically it supports this normative type of the theorizing. So okay, here again we have got the George Catlin. What he said is that he refers to four main characteristics of the political theory, like the books, the fragments or the sections or essays included within the corpus of political theory. It have a moral purpose. That means like political theory is connected to the moral purpose, and here it is interested with the whole system of the politics, and it is sometimes called the philosophy. That means I already said that it is only about the analysis, only about the thoughts, but not with the practicality or applicability. That means like it's all about the generalization of a specific topic or the subject. So lastly, we will talk about this and we will end this lecture. Okay, so I will talk here about the empirical theory, and it is very interesting and this will be very important. This is concerned with the things like the state structure, institution, processes, and here is that the institutions and the behavior have to be described as much scientific accuracy as possible. That means here we have got the scientific backing. That means here we have what? Factual things are given importance here. Okay, so factual things are given importance here. I repeat these lines. So they not only think about the problem of the society, or they not only focused on the that means like crisis that the different district or the state is facing, but they will obviously do a research on that, work on that, and they will try to come up with a solution for the good administration. And here we can remember the name of the Max Weber, okay, who has given a detailed analysis of the bureaucracy. Okay, I will discuss this in the later stage, and in that what he said is that the bureaucracy needs to understand the backing or the background of why this society or community is facing with the crisis, and why the different types of debates or the opinions are being arised with that. And for that they would come to they will have to analyze and think about the solution. Okay, not only what is happening in that particular area, but also with the solution, and also with the platform, like what has to be done and how it can solve the problem. So these are all things I have tried to explain about the political theory, and I hope you all have understood about this. And I'm trying to upgrade or update myself in my presentation, and I hope you liked my content and you liked my explanation. And thank you so much for your love and support. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye and have a good day.